Yo, let me tell you something. I do this devotional live like every night, as long as I don't miss or I had to double up. But I want to tell you something. Can I tell you something that we like went over yesterday, which was so good about being forgotten? Because a lot of us are in a season of feeling forgotten. And the story was so rich and so good that you would be like, what? Let me tell you about Joseph now. We going over Joseph, but I'm gonna tell you partial with the part of the story that we are on. And Joseph was put in jail for something that he did not do. Okay, and while Joseph was in jail, he came in contact with these two men that basically had to serve. You know what I'm saying? Basically, do be their caregiver because they was put in there for something they was doing in the kingdom of Pharaoh. So both of these individuals had a dream, and they couldn't interpret it. They didn't know what was going on in their dream. So they came to Joseph. They asked Joseph, "Could you interpret our dreams?" And Joseph responded to them that only God can give interpretations of it. And he said he'll pray about it and basically come back to them. Joseph prayed about it, went back to them, let them know about their dream. So by Joseph coming back and telling them about their dream, one dream was basically in 3 days that Pharaoh will basically forgive whatever the butler had did, give him his job back of being a butler, over a butler. And the one, he was a baker. But in 3 days, Pharaoh basically would take his life, okay? Just cut his head off. So he told the butler, said, "Could you please let them know about me? You know what I'm saying? Give me, let Pharaoh know the kindness I have done. Let him know who I am, basically the character of who I have shown you that I can be." And that's what Joseph was telling him, but don't forget about me. Basically, don't give a good word. Have you been in that where you telling somebody give a good word about you or something that you're working on? You like, this is my get out of jail free of this whole waiting and being forgotten wherever I am in this season. Okay, so they both go and do what they're supposed to, you know. And the butler, do you think that he even mentioned what Joseph had asked him? No, he didn't. He did not do what Joseph asked him. Not one time did he mention that, Joseph was a man that told us about his dream and he's been good to us. Like, there was no harm, nothing, no rudeness. He didn't say no good word about Joseph. Why do you think that he didn't say anything? Let me tell you something. When God has something greater in your life and you're trying to pull in another way, God keeps us in those places so that we can see that it is His glory and that He is with us while we are in that. A lot of times we don't realize that we got to go through a lot of things in life in order to get to our better and the bigger part of where God is taking us. Yes, you want people to give good words. You want people to do favors for you, and whatever project you're working on, you want this to be your big one. But let me tell you, like I said, that God's timing is better than our timing. You may think that your right now is right now, but let me tell you, as soon as you try to pull out something that's going to pull you out, let me tell you, that's when God's going to step in. So trust what God is doing. So I want you to understand that God does it for a reason. I know we want people to do this, and we know that we feel forgotten, but you're not forgotten because God has not left your side. We have to go through certain things in order to understand our purpose. In this season that you may feel forgotten, God is leading you so you can get to the next season, the next task, the whatever the assignment may be. Because remember the promise that God has set before you. Don't look at everything that you're going through, but look at that. This is taking me to the greater point that God is giving me, right? God is leveling you up for a reason. Everybody won't understand it. And I understand we complain in our forgotten season, in our waiting season, but don't complain, but go through it. Because everything you going through, you going to need that when God presents you this greatness that he is bestowing over your life, right? What he putting over your life. So I want you to lift that head up and say, I'm not forgotten because God is with me. God did not forget about me because he been with me all this time. And you know what? What they say, favor ain't fair. But look, favor, look, we go through things. We get more responsibility because of the promise that God has given us. The dreams, the vision, whatever it is, right? You have favor because God has been there with you. But don't give up, okay? I want you to get up out yourself and think about what God is doing, okay? And remember, God's going to do it for you. You are not forgotten. God is just getting started with you. So may you all be blessed and blessings to you.